Hello and welcome back, my darlings. This is a reading for December 21st, which I believe happens to be the first night of Yule. I think I'm saying that wrong, but it's like the Mother's Night. And this is the time where the position of the moon, the earth, and the sun means that we are in the shortest day. There's the littlest amount of light, right? And then as things start to and then after that period, we're in the shortest day. Sorry, I am so excited. My words are like, right? If you could see like the little hamster wheel in my head right now, it's so cute. Anyway, so it's going to be the shortest day of the year, and then it's going to start getting light again. So it's time to start kind of planting seeds. I feel like the solstice is a time, we're getting ready to move into spring in a couple of months. And it's really about a time of just planting seeds about what you want. And which I plant seeds all year long. I don't let anything control that for me. But if you're looking to be a little more magical and a little whimsical and a little childlike wonder about certain aspects of your life, this is the time to do it. This is how I did it. This is how I manifested the things that I wanted in my life. This is how I left a career. This is how I found peace with myself. This is how I found love, like deep, devotional, spiritual love. And I cannot say enough about personal healing when it comes to this little bit of magic. And I owe it to God. I owe it to, the earth, and how I feel completely blessed and supported in everything that I do, because I'm always willing to be open to change. So I'm excited that you're here today. There's lots of different YouTube creators that are masters at spell work and masters at, different activities to do to make your home more cozy, to make your, make your magic in, giving you physical acts and rituals to help you grow. My biggest thing is writing. And what that does is it gets the movement in the brain through my body, into my heart, and out my hand onto paper to visualize it. And it also, believe it or not, even during meditation, I usually keep something next to me because things pop up like so much so that I lose train of thought even in meditating because I'm listening so much. So I have to write things down then. So that is my own source. If you have a different source, please comment below. I'd love to hear how you are given messages on a daily basis about, what makes your heart sing, or things that will help aid in what you want in your life. So I've decided to pull a few cards for the solstice and kind of talk about the light that is there for you. So the first card I'm going to pull from is the Starseed Oracle. This was I read a book by Rebecca Campbell, Light is the New Black, I believe was the name of it. That was the first time I actually took a look at myself as a spiritual being, or as a being other than just a human. And that everything that had happened had aligned me for what I was right in that moment. And I still think that every day. I never think we're done healing. We're flawed. That's the whole point of life. And so I read that book and it really opened my eyes about a lot of things. So if you're looking for something to read in this cozy season, I encourage you to read that one. I also encourage you to read things that are so completely ridiculous and funny, short stories, things like, when you were a kid, I was someone who read the encyclopedia. Like, that was my joy. But I also loved reading stories that were completely absurd. So I encourage you to do that too. All right. Right now I'm reading one about a family of witches. It's pretty cute. All right. What does the Starseed Oracle tell us today? Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines. Trust where you're led. Power places, ley lines. So this particular card resonates with me in the fact that you can feel when you're walking in certain areas. There's a place, like one of my friends lives in this town nearby, and when I drive through her town, I have consistently felt like a little dip in the energy. And I think there's something wrong there. There's some sort of magnet or something that's pulling the energy into the earth, and it's creating a low vibration, almost like keeping people trapped in there, like a hull. And there's lots of different places where you can literally, and I'm, you know, whether you speak light language or understand the energetics of ley lines and things, you can literally go in there with your mind and repair it if you want to. I feel things like that happen around my home all the time. And so during meditation, I will go and actually repair that ley line to help support the earth that's there. So it's something to think about. I also feel like when it comes to ley language, that if you are stagnant, you need to move. You need to move. If there is something stagnant in your life, if you keep looping on a cycle that is the same thing over and over and over again, you're getting the same thing in relationships. You're getting the same return at work that's not suitable. You're getting the same return in the diet. You're getting the same return in, you know, you're not sleeping well. Then you need to change it up. I just saw the judge's gavel go like that. So that's that. I'm going to pull another gateway of light activation. So again, using light because this is going to be the shortest day of the year. And then we're going to start receiving light again, moving into spring. Oh, this is it. Third eye activation. Brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. I think this is just a nod to you that you know your choices are your choices. You know your actions are your actions. And your inner knowing of, I'm doing this wrong. Like, it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter what it looks like on paper. If you want it, do it. We are coming into that time of Aquarius, especially with the planetary shifts right now, and Neptune going into Aries, and Neptune, is it Neptune? And what's the other one? Capricorn. All of that is creating a shift, right? And no, is it Saturn and Neptune? I think it's Saturn and Neptune. Moving into Aries, it's going to create such a powerful moment for people. And we're also looking at with Pluto in Aquarius, where it's time for innovation. So what normally used to make us money isn't going to do it anymore. What normally used to make us happy isn't going to do it anymore. Having some overruling sort of thumb over society is not going to do it anymore. So it's time to be innovative within yourself. I watch a lot of creators, and there is one that I typically, I like what she says. I think from a lens of just the generalization of what she says a lot of really good wisdom. She's definitely a wise woman. This one triggered me, and it talked about we're becoming a narcissistic society. I don't believe that. I don't believe that doing things that separate your personal peace and your personal health from the rest of the world is necessarily a narcissistic thing. I think the better you treat yourself, the better you treat others. And I'm pretty sure that what she was saying didn't necessarily correlate with what I just said, but I could see it as a blanket statement being in written word being put out there that, you know, everyone's becoming narcissist and the world's going to implode. And I know that's, I don't know. I won't speculate on what she meant by it, but when I read it, it was something that triggered, and I'm like, it's not about narcissism. It's about, you know, reducing the fact that I feel like we've been forced to have so much empathy for so many other things without having had it for ourselves. So that's the word on that. So let's be clear about dividing ourselves from serving others and being a people pleaser all the time to empowering ourselves and making sure our own cup is filled before we help others. So that's that. There's that gavel again. I'm going to pull a few cards for you. All right. So this is a new deck that I've been kind of playing with a little bit. It's called the Galactic Star. Okay. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Aquarius card, which is the star card. And I do feel like there's a vision of hope coming. I feel like it's going to not look like hope in the beginning, but it's going to be the type of, unfortunately, it's going to be something catastrophic, but it's not going to be what we're used to. It's going to be something different. And I know that Atlas is supposed to be coming close to us today too. And I feel like that was sent to us from another world. And I feel like it's just recalibrating to shift the earth to a higher level. I feel like it's full of codes and messages so that when it gets into our sun, and then the sun brings the light in, as it does right now for me, the sun brings the light in and recalibrates us, right? And I feel like it's just like coding. It's just like, you know, coding an application into something that you desire. I feel like it's been sent from far away, and it's coming close to the sun so that the sun can help push those codes back out into the earth so that we can get to the next dimension without losing so much. I think it's a gift. I think some people are putting, I feel like some people are putting a negative fear-mongering kind of thing on it, but I don't think it's that at all. I think it's a gift from somewhere else. There's something about this star card coming out in reverse, and it says you do not trust what you will want to manifest, and that is your biggest block. So what I said before, I said I know it's not logical. I know it's not, if it doesn't look right on paper, so that means it can't happen, and that is absolutely nonsense. Instead of focusing on your past or your fears, uplift yourself into the galaxies and focus on the infinite possibilities already available to you in the stars. So you have infinite possibilities. The struggle, once you do that, once you just, whatever everybody says, move that aside, and the people pleasing and the logical thoughts aside, the struggle is over. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So in this way, you're still standing your ground and you're like, hey, and you're like trying to cut through the crap, but it was in reverse today, which tells me that once you get over the fact that you're not going to make it, it's not going to be like what everybody else is. It's going to be what you want. You're going to get the Knight of Disc, which is the abundance that you asked for. I love this. This is very like Arcturian. So the Knight of Disc tells us the minute you quit fighting yourself over what is logical and what isn't, and start believing a little more in yourself, that is when the abundance comes. That's when the offer comes. That's when the strength and the stability come to start building what it is that you desire. Then the information comes too. We have the Knight of Swords right after that. And then the Knight of Swords will give you the knowledge you need to continue to grow, separate, compartmentalize, and grab onto more. We have the Page of Wands in reverse and the Fool in reverse. So let's see what retrogrades of those mean. The Page of Wands in reverse. Let me show you. So the Page of Wands usually is what I consider just the beginning, the innovation. The beginning and the innovation of something that you desire. So I almost feel like with it being in reverse and the Fool, something new being in reverse, it almost feels like it's telling you to stop and slow down for a minute. It's supposed to really honor and believe in your own belief system during this light that's coming back. And I feel like the light is coming back slowly as it does in the solstice. I feel like it's coming back slowly because you need to really grasp and live in that new philosophy that you're having. We just had the new moon in Sagittarius too, which is today. New philosophy, new information, new learning, right? So as you are learning this new truth about yourself, this new abundance that you're going to receive, this new way that you're going to be doing things and making a mastery of the things that you want to master, and realizing that the people pleasing is going to stop, that's when you really come into it. And I think what this is telling us, I do believe what this is telling us with this, again, it's like we have the Knight of Disc. Here's your abundance. This is your offer. This is your money. This is your stability. Here's the Knight of Swords bringing you a message. This is the message of, yes, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to download this even in your, maybe in your meditation, like you're going to download these new things. And the Page of Wands is telling you to stop for a second. Take time to really navigate these new downloads and like, what does that look like in my space? What does that look like in my next year? Okay. And then it says pause before you really start something new, like really pause and live in it. That's what I'm hearing. Live the joy of this new philosophy, this new project. Live in the space of receiving the download in a way that you never have received information before. And like letting it, I just saw, not regulate. It's like letting it marinate a little, but it's not marinate. Integrate. Marinate, integrate, regulate. I love words. Anyway, I feel like it's meant to like integrate. So when you get this, instead of taking this and then running with it like you normally do, I feel like now is the time where you take it and just let it kind of melt. Oh yes, that's what it feels like. It's like letting your idea melt. And it's like, okay, now that you have this idea, what can you see with your third eye from that? How do you speak about it? How do you speak to yourself regarding this idea? How do you feel about it in your heart? Is it something that you can do wholeheartedly with your whole chest forward and feel magnetic and radiant like you would in your solar plexus here? Like, how does it feel when you've navigated and you've received this new information that you feel so strongly about in your heart space? And can you be confident enough? And then moving into the womb space, and then like, do you feel pleasure? Is it sexy for you to do these new things? Is it pleasurable? Is it, does it feel like something you've done before, maybe in another lifetime, that now you get to do it again? And it's like all of I just saw the Akashic records open. So I feel like they keep talking about, oh, it's remembering who you are. It's, a remembrance. Like all the feminine energy ladies are saying that now. It's like, it is this, and that's why I talk about being a quantum Magdalene. I am the one that helps you find the pleasure in life again. I'm the one that helps guide you to and it's all for you to heal yourself, right? And so I'm looking at, it's the Akashic records open up, and it's literally showing me all these lifetimes that you've lived, and all of the times you said no to things that you wholeheartedly felt with your whole body wanted to do, but you didn't do it because it was against some sort of belief system that you didn't even really believe in, but everyone else did. So you were like, okay. And I just saw that test where it just flashed through the test where like it shows you a line, a square, and it's like, tell me what this shape is. Tell me what, and they have people sitting around you and you're all speaking out loud, and everybody's like, it shows you a square, and you're like, it's a square. It's a square. And then the person next to you is like, it's a triangle. And then everybody around says a triangle, and you're like, triangle, even though you know it's a square. So that's what the records are showing me for you. So during this solstice, I really want you to plant the seeds and nestle into that no light. The light is coming back. We're in the darkest of the depth of that day. And what do you want? And when you hear that come through and it sounds completely absurd, that is meant for you. But it really wants you, what it's saying is slow down. What it's saying is you can't have that full energy without really getting that purpose first, the meditation, the purpose, and the outlook of what you want. I have the hardest time really defining exactly what I want. And sometimes I don't have the words for it. Sometimes I don't have the database for it. And so like I'll get this idea and I'm like, how am I ever going to make that work? And then it just does. But what I do is I start taking action and then I get overwhelmed. So this is really encouraging you to stop and realign with what is the outcome that you want. It's like sincerely. If you don't want to work 7 days a week, then don't. If you want to work 3 hours a day, 4 days a week, then do it and make it worth your time and energy and money and wisdom. But that Akashic Records thing is literally telling me you are neglecting a part of yourself that you've been neglecting for years. And it's something that you lived before. And it's about monetizing everything. You don't need to monetize the fact that you want to make bread. Like, just make the fucking bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be paid in so many billions of different ways to support your life. Currency's going to change. Money's going to change. Everything's going to change. You don't have to fill your day with things that make money. You need to fill your day with things that you're passionate and crazy about. I love that for you. So I hope you all get your journals out and write the heck out of them. I hope you finish the journal and start a new one for January 1st to move through the rest of the next of 2026. I thank you for being here and being imperfect just as I am. I thank you for being with me and understanding that this is a community and that whatever you say and type is a community offering. And, just liking or sharing a post or whatever it is, like I want to create a community that we're all working together to kind of collectively feel better and support one another. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Toodaloo.